Naima Singletary here, Master Sex Change Healer and founder of the Academy for Womanhood, where we help women heal sexual trauma, grow up, and become unapologetic women who design their lives on their terms. And today I want to talk about boring ass fear and how much easier it is that I've learned, how much easier it is to navigate fear on your path to healing, becoming an unapologetic woman, or becoming visible, doing whatever it is that you want to do that's of deep and profound meaning for you. So I used to run a company called $1 Billion Courage. And that video was all about empowerment, helping women be courageous, it's a lot of what I do now, but not with the sexual healing component, okay? So becoming courageous, how to navigate fear, how to navigate deep emotional processing in the middle of business and money and relationships. And a lot of what I would teach at that time, this is like 2011, 2012, a lot of what I was teaching was this common thought of feel the fear and do it anyway, okay? This kind of way of walking through terror, you know, still being terrified because there's fear, right? Like I'm afraid. Then there's like, I'm sweating, I feel immobilized, you know, I can't even think straight. Like there's terror, right? When you're becoming visible and you're becoming more fierce and more true, it's like it escalates 0 to 100 real quick from like fear to terror. And so in this space of fear, terror, this thought of feel the fear and do it anyway, which I used to teach, is just not very powerful, actually. It's because the fear doesn't go away, and it reduces the likelihood that you'll really walk in true truth and ferocity if you haven't really learned how to be with fear, okay, and terror. So, here it is right here, okay? I want to try to keep the video as short as possible. So, here is your golden ticket in today's video, and you need to record this. This is very important. If you're committed to being visible and vocal and true on your path as a business owner, unapologetic woman, a change agent, a leader, a healer, speaker, you have to get really deep and connected with what your true desires are. I mean, true desires. I mean, like, the desire that is planted in you and only in you. Because this is what happens. This is what I know. Like, this is a matter of fact. And this will, if you do this, you get the same benefit. Everybody gets the same benefit. When you get real deep and intimate with true desire, like the desire planted in you, it carries a whole other demand. It's relentless. It doesn't give a shit about you. True desire doesn't give a shit about you. It doesn't give a shit about me. It's just like, it's like a beast. It's like a force of nature. And so what happens is when you get real, and this is your work. Like nobody can do this for you. This is your work, all right? Getting real clear with this desire, all right? And the reason why it's work is because the distractions and the shiny objects and like the false desires, kind of like you see somebody with things and you think you want that, it's false. Your true desires. When you start really getting intimate with your desires and like really looking at what moves you, like what moves you all the time, what would you do if you were broke or if you had multiple millions in the bank? What would you do no matter whether you were in this country or in that country? What would you do? What is that thing that just pisses you off consistently? What is that thing that inspires you? Like when you really get into that desire, it carries a frequency and a language and a level of ferocity that moves you. And is way more powerful than terror. It's way more powerful than fear. This is what you need to do. I'm telling you, get in touch with true desire. It's the thing that's in you. It's deep, it's signature, and it's planted just in you. And I promise you, if you get super clear on your desires and then you nurture your relationship and intimacy with those desires in conjunction with your relationship with God, because they're in the same cocoon. They're in the same cocoon. Whew, you go. You go. So this is where I am, and anybody who's close to me, this is where they are. You cannot miss it. It just is designed this way. So if you want to be in community with women who are sharing their stories and little by little falling in love with themselves and with their lives and becoming vocal and visible, then there's a link on this page for you to click and join the Unapologetic Womanhood group on Facebook. It's a private group. We're happy to have you there. And if you want to take it to the next level and you're like me, you like one-on-one attention, you want to get clear on who you are and where you are, and you're not interested in a group, then there's also a link on this page for you to submit an application. Allison will follow up with you within 24 hours, and we will take it from there. I totally look forward to hearing your story, your truth, and being a part of the version of you that's going to emerge when you get clear on your desires and are moved by the language that emerges when you get intimate with those desires. So, Naima Singletary, signing.